I get accused of cheating a lot, but recently my friend Becca was banned for allegedly aimbotting. I'm making this video to explain why I believe the accusers are mistaken. It is possible that these players are being purposefully malicious, but it's more likely they simply don't understand the competitive side of the game properly. My goal is to briefly explain my perspective of it to them. When I first saw good players on Warband, I assumed they were cheating or using macros. I couldn't fathom how to do such fast movements. The training and experience competitive players go through can create almost inhuman movements at times, as their muscle memory acts before they even think. In other words, their hands move on their own. In my case, I've been accused of auto block countless times. This can probably be attributed to the fact that when I was playing Warband somewhat seriously years ago, I focused on blocking more than anything else. I would do this routine often in 4 stages. I would practice blocking multiple people at once, as well as feints from high-tier players. Over time, my blocking was nearly unbreakable. I found it fun to have great players hammer me with feints and see how long I could last. I was ill for a long time back then, stuck in bed playing the game sideways, and that gave me a lot of free time. So a lot of my energy went into Warband naturally. As I became more and more inactive though, my skill became highly inconsistent. My swings would miss, my footwork would turn sloppy, but I could always rely on my blocks. That muscle memory has remained with me over the years. Not that the rest hasn't, but relearning complex feints is far more difficult than simple directional blocking, at least to me. This leads people to accuse me of auto blocking a lot, as they find it difficult to get through an inactive player's blocks. They think, how can this guy block all of my feints while missing basic swings? Although some accuse me before I went inactive, but anyway. Becca suffers from the same issue. He doesn't play Warband as actively as before, but he still plays Archer enough to where he can still hit hard shots. He uploaded a video of his training, I'll link that in the description. I don't expect everyone to understand that, but think of it like drawing art. You do it enough, you get better at it, you build muscle memory. If you take a break, you'll need a little time before being at the top of your game again. However, a very good artist will still draw better than the majority of other artists, even if they're rusty. So anyway, the cheating exceptions, right? Becca was fighting in a skirmish on a PK roleplay server when he was banned on the spot for aimbot. They said he, quote, headshot a commoner through trees and locked onto an invisible admin. If that's the charge, most people on the server should be banned. I was staring at the admin for half the skirmish, wondering how someone could be so loud. And the commoner was running in a straight line, he wasn't even in the trees. The staff hasn't shown any evidence against Becca, which is pretty crucial in considering a cheating ban. Getting proof of cheating is difficult, but it is possible. You should never accuse someone without it. Players' reputation should never be tarnished for being well skilled, Aimbot can sometimes be noticed through small, jittery shaking while aiming, or almost instant snapshots when they shoot, but even then it's a little difficult to diagnose, to be honest. That's auto block that can usually be detected if the player can only down block when no attack is near them, but I don't do any of this in my duels. I even use upper blocks as a feint to try and throw people off, so an auto block accusation is pretty laughable in that sense. Both Becca and I have never been accused of cheating by any highly respected players. After playing for many years, we definitely would have been by now. For example, when Maximo, one of the best players on Warband these days, heard RLZ accuse me of auto block, he just laughed it off, which is ironic as RLZ is a proven cheater himself, using altered FOV to have an advantage in fights. He and his friends accused another player of auto blocking too. I was asked to duel him myself and see if he was auto blocking, and I can say he almost certainly was. You can see here that he blocks up, but I never actually swung up. I didn't up block to make it seem as if I was doing an overhead, trying to throw him off again. This shows that his blocking is natural, as he blocked a swing that wasn't even there. He's just a decent player. Just to prove the point even further, both Becca and I have uploaded many videos of us fighting, and there isn't even a slight suspicion in those videos of auto block or aimbot. Cheating accusations can be serious, but they usually aren't, typically from salty players or people who just don't fully understand how muscle muscle memory can produce inhuman speed at times, which, as I said earlier, even I couldn't comprehend at all in my first months on Warband. I hope the staff team shows us some rock solid evidence of Becca cheating, otherwise he should be unbanned immediately.